Hi there, I'm Mark, and I'd like to show you a good general workout that you can do every day. Take you about 15 to 20 minutes. It's what we call a high intensity workout. But what I've done is I've combined that high intensity element, which means no rest, just keep going, push yourself, use up some good cardio energy. I've combined that with some good strength and flexibility stuff. So that each exercise is building strength, is building flexibility at the same time as you're working on your overall cardio capability, burning off calories and keeping your body working in a healthy way. So we start off by warming up a little bit, and the warm up is just to start by running on the spot. Try and keep your knees up, swing your arms evenly at your sides. So look from the side, raise my knees, hit them on my hands. That's a good indicator that I'm raising them nice and high. And once we've got our heart rate and our breathing beginning to go with a bit of that kind of running, we can get some flexibility into the spine with some twists from side to side, making the muscles around the sides of the core also work, and opening up all the joints of the spine. Once we've done that, we're going to swing our arms up, touch above the head, shoulders are working, shoulder joints are opening up, and it aligns with our breathing. And then we can do some swinging over towards the back. At least 10, and swinging to the front. And then when we've done that, that's the legs that are warm, the core and the back, chest, shoulders, arms, and so we just roll the neck to get all the joints and muscles of the neck a little bit loose in both directions. Do is we can move to do a bit of stretching. So some good stretching to start is to stretch the calf muscle by pushing your heel down as far as possible, and do that for a count of 10. And we do that with the other leg as well. We're going to stretch our thigh muscles. Do that by just taking your ankle up behind and holding again for a count of 10. Another one. To do the muscles at the back of your leg, your hamstrings, what you're going to do is you're going to put that leg down, bend your other knee, hands on the other knee, and push down into your seat. And you'll feel the pull along the back of the leg. Hold that for a count of 10. And we do the same thing on the other side. Stretching around the middle of the body, the muscles down the sides that you can stretch. You can stretch all down this side over here. Put your arm over, hold that for a count of 10. And do the same thing in the other direction. stretching the lower back, we're just going to try and touch our toes. You'll feel this stretching also in the hamstrings. When we move to the upper back, the best way of stretching that is to link our hands together and push forward as if you're pushing hard away from yourself. And you'll see that the muscles at the top of the back are the ones that are stretching. Again, for a count of 10. And similarly, if you want to stretch the chest muscles, you do a similar kind of thing, but towards the back. Stomach muscles, you can just stretch by leaning over towards the back. The muscles of the arm, you can stretch your bicep by pushing back as far as you can. When you've got to a count of 10, go to the other one. Triceps here. Push your arms far back as possible and you'll feel the pull down the underside of your arm. So now we've warmed up, we've stretched, and we're going to do some exercises that will get us building our strength, using up energy, and keeping flexibility. So the first exercises we're going to do are going to be for the legs, and we'll start off with an old favorite of mine because it exercises the thighs, the hamstrings, buttocks, glutes, as well as the calves, all in one go. It's a complex exercise, uses a lot of strength, but it's really good for you. So here we go, it's a basic squat. Put your hands out in front of yourself and you keep going down and up, down and up in a very even sort of way, and you keep going on that, and we're going to do this for quite a while. So we're using a lot of repetitive strength. We're making those joints of the knees in particular work. And so if you go deep enough, push all the way up, deep enough, push all the way up, and we'll keep doing this, and we'll keep doing this, and we'll keep doing it, and you should begin to feel a little bit of tiredness and burn in those muscles. I'll show you from the side. You keep your back straight. It's very important with this particular one. And then we get to a point where you've got a little bit of fatigue in those muscles, and you pause. We'll do a little bit of run again. As we run, you'll feel that those muscles have been working. And now we're going to do some kicking up. So what we're now doing as we kick up, we're going to use the front top of this muscle all the way up into the hip, and some of your core is also working when you do this. So what I'm doing is I'm swinging my left arm over when I kick my right foot up. Try and keep your knee as straight as possible. And we always make sure whatever we do on one side, we do on the other side as well. So I swap arms, swap legs. So once we've done that, you'll see I did 20 on each leg. And what we're now going to do is we're going to focus a bit more on the back of the leg. Here's an exercise that will exercise the glutes again, as well as the hamstrings, and also engage a little bit of your lower back. So what we do here is again, I'm going to do it with the other leg. And what I'm going to do is repeat that. So another 10 reps on each leg. And 10. And then again on my left side. We've done an overall leg exercise. We've done a lot of thighs, hamstrings and buttocks. So what we're going to now do is do some which focus more on the side of the leg and a little bit into the upper muscle of the buttocks. And so what we're doing is we're kicking out to the side. And I'll just do 10 of those each way. Eight, 9, and 10. And that finishes our focus on the legs, and we move up to the core. And one of the best things you can do for the core is what we call Russian twists. You can either do this with your feet on the ground or your feet off the ground if you feel quite comfortable doing that. What you're basically doing is touching there and touching there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And that's engaged our core around the sides, and that twisting motion builds good strength, and we've used up some good energy there at the same time. Second thing for the core that we would do is for the stomach is a good old-fashioned stomach crunch, and I prefer a crunch to a sit-up because it is easier on the back. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping my lower back on the ground and I'm curling up, and I'll do about 30 of these. When we talk about the core, people often only talk about the abs or the stomach, but in fact the core is the whole area around your middle, and you mustn't neglect the back. And so the next exercise we do is what's called the Batman, which is one that exercises the lower back. And what you're doing here is you're just evenly lifting the top and the bottom part of your body. do 20. We've done the legs, we've done a lot of core. We're now moving to the upper part of the body, which is to say the chest, the shoulders, the arms and the back. And the back very often is the most difficult one to do with just body weight exercises. And so if you do have a bar that you can pull yourself up on or something like that, that is a really useful addition. But if you don't have that, I'll show you a few things that we can potentially use. But let's focus first on the chest. And for the chest, the best thing to do is good old-fashioned push-ups. Now you can decide how difficult you want this to be. If you have a lot of strength in your arms, then you can put your feet up on a chair while doing those push-ups, or have the feet on the ground like this. But if you feel that you are not yet ready for that kind of push-up, you can actually rest the knees on the ground and you have an easier push-up to do. So I'll do them like this, and I will do 30. If you feel that you can't do that many on the first go, you need to take breaks, take a short break and do a few more. There's nothing wrong with getting to a point where you say, oh, I'm just going to take a short breather, let my muscles recover slightly, and then do my next ones. For our shoulders, a good thing to do is one of the exercises we did in the warm-up, which is the swinging. So we're going to do 30 of these. And then for the front and the back of the shoulder, we do what we call the polo swing. So I'm pushing my arm up high to the front, up high to the back, engaging the muscles at the front and the back, and I'll do 30 on each side. When it comes to doing exercises for the back, we've got two kinds of options, other than if you have a bar. If you have a bar, pull yourself up on that bar, do pull-ups, and that's a fantastic exercise for the back. So we've got two options if you don't have a bar. One is if you can get hold of some of these exercise bands. They're very cheap, they're easy to use. And what you would do for the back is you would simply stand on the middle of the band and do a pull-up towards your shoulders. The other option is I've got a mat here, and if we put the mat out on the ground, you can do a kind of pulling of your body forward. You have a kind of caterpillar effect, and the back muscles are working. I will do at least 20 of those. So that brings us to the end of the strength part of our workout. What is a good idea is at the end of your workout, do all of the stretching exercises again. Except that whereas you do it for a count of 10 for each muscle at the beginning of the workout, at the end of the workout you would do it for a count of 30. And that is really good for the flexibility of the muscles, flexibility of the joints. And so there you have it. That's my combination HIIT, strength and flexibility program that you can do in 15 to 20 minutes a day that will keep you in tip-top condition.